Hey everyone, the name is Kris Barocsi. Welcome to this video that's pretty important for me to make and to release. First of all, I have an announcement I want to make, and that is going to be the most important thing in my musical life or career, whatever you want to call it, for the last couple of years, for sure. And the second thing I want to talk about is about a course. A friend of mine asked me to mention his course and let people know about it. I am 100% sure that that's going to be something that both you and me will learn from quite a lot, actually. I'll talk more about details in a second, but first, the announcement. I make YouTube videos on a weekly basis for, 4 years now? About 4 years. I think I started releasing videos every week in 2019, and I make songs, like short tracks at the beginning of my videos almost every single time, which means that I have a ton of these tracks out there. And if you check out any of my videos, there's a very good chance you'll find one of those about like 1 minute long tracks. And I'm really hyped to see how many people enjoy these intro songs. And I've received this question a million times. When will you finally release some music? Make an album or release that song or all those things. So many times I had to answer like, yeah, it's not really a song. When they asked what it was, and it's like, it's just something I wrote for this video, but I could see that becoming a full song at one point, and I will definitely use those ideas, etc. So I just pushed this thing in front of me for so many years and never really got into it. I have a couple of reasons for that. One of them is fear, because I know myself and I know how keen I am on doing things the best possible way, which is always a struggle, but hey, we'll talk about that a little bit. But mainly it's just that I never had that initial kick. I never have time for anything anyhow. So that's a thing I say, like, oh, if only I had time for it. But I never have and never will, probably until the day I die. So that's not a good excuse, really. If you want to put out some music, do it. Go for it. Find time somehow. It's, not easy if you have other things in your life, a lot of work, a lot of stuff. You have a home you need to take care of, you have a family you need to take care of, etc. So there's always a good enough reason to just push these things away. I am done doing that. So this is my official announcement that I will start working on an album, a solo album, tomorrow, like right now. And that's going to be a longer process. I will most probably make a couple of videos on that, some segments, maybe how I record it, maybe the rig I'm using, maybe the songwriting process, maybe the lyrics, because that's not something I've ever done before. So it's going to be a lot of things involved. And this is the first time I do like a solo project, which is a very different experience already now, before I even started it, compared to being in a band and writing songs together. That's something I've did multiple times and had some albums released, etc. But this would be like the first time in my life where I get to choose everything. I write all the songs. I get to choose the style. It's a very new experience. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I'm scared to death. Because it's a huge project and I don't have time and I don't have budget for like proper drums, but I will want proper drums. I don't want programmed drums and all those things. I want this to be an actual, like an album full of real music made by actual human beings and not just me sitting in front of a computer. And now let's talk about this helping a friend thing. Henning Pauly. You might know him from YouTube. He has a channel called HB42, and he's that weird German bald dude making all those millions of videos with his ridiculous camera setup. And the shortest video is probably like 40 minutes long, long. Let's use the word long. I did not know what to think about him until I met him first many years ago. And as soon as I had a little talk with him and, just I've been around him for a few minutes, I was like, this is a proper good dude. He is he says what he means. He is always there to help if a friend needs help. And he knows a lot about what he's doing. Obviously, he studied in Berkeley. He knows songwriting and all those things. He teamed up with a good friend of him, Raphael, and they made this massive songwriting course. They have like 4 little segments. They're talking about lyrics, they're talking about harmonies, they're talking about the actual songwriting, like how to, deal with all of that and how to create a usable structure, how to help you in moments of need, when you don't have inspiration, when you're lost with something, you're stuck with a riff and cannot finish the song or cannot write lyrics because what should I write? How should I, how should I find rhymes, etc. It's 1 or 52 hours long. It's so much in there and so many useful stuff as well. It's just a very understandable, very deep and huge database, really, that will definitely help a lot of people when writing songs. I already checked out the lyrics segment of the video, which is awesome. I had some good smiles already, and I had to agree with a lot of points on some famous songs, how terribly annoying they are. So I show a couple of little parts for you as an appetizer, and I put a link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, which means that Henning will give me a few % of his income when someone purchases his course, which is very kind of Henning, but I would have done this without that too, because he helped me quite a bit over the years with infos, with contacts, etc. And he's just a lovely dude. So make sure to check it out. It's also fairly priced. It's not $20, but the amount of information you're getting is something that you would learn on Berkeley, which is gonna cost you so much money. So compared to that, it's a bargain. All right, let's start with some common chord progressions. This is in their harmony section of their course, and Raphael is talking about, like, he's showing those 4 chords that are everywhere, like all over the place, in Toto's Africa, in Green Day songs, whatever, Katy Perry, like pop, rock, everywhere, all over the place. And this is how it sounds like.
Adding interesting notes to the chords that normally wouldn't be in there, like, for example, the 9s or the susses, to kind of open it up to change right from the beginning. So I would probably not go for, but start with something like,
Little things that make such a difference. It's so cool. I mean, literally every chord and every chord progression has been used a million times. Whenever I put out one of these tracks, someone will say like, oh, that sounds like Police. Oh, that sounds like, I don't know which band. I'm like, yeah, maybe it wasn't intentional, and I hope it's far enough from whichever song it kind of, sounds similar to not get into any trouble. But even if you think you're writing something original, there's a very good chance that someone went there already and wrote something very similar. So you shouldn't be panicking on that too much, and that's definitely something I'm struggling with. One thing that could help you, a tool that could help you to figure out if your freshly written song is just too close to something else, is if you make a simple recording of it and try that Shazam app. I'm sure you know it, that app that recognizes songs. Just show your song to that app and see if it recognizes it. If it shows something, like if there's a result that sounds from whichever band, that sounds very close, maybe do something about it.
There are common rhyming patterns. Patterns that have been used for a very long time and that are kind of successful. There is, first of all, the four-line verses, where the first rhyming pattern that I want to present is one for lazy people.
That's the one for me.
XA, XA. Remember that X doesn't rhyme with anything. So XA, XA verses are relatively easy to write because 2 out of 4 verses don't rhyme. 2 out of 4 lines, sorry about that, don't rhyme.
That is not only really cool for lazy people, as Raphael told, but also for people who choose to write lyrics in a language that's not their native language. I will most probably write in English. I speak it for a very long time, so it feels very natural. I can think in English, but my vocabulary is not even close to someone who speaks this language since the day he or she was born. So that is definitely something that helps me a lot if I don't have to search for rhymes for every single line.
Face, it isn't over, there's no rhyme. And I think why? Because it's building tension.
And because it isn't over. It's not just uninvited and fighted, it's also reminded in the last line of the transitional bridge, because it's, I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay awake, I couldn't find it. I'd hope you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me, it isn't over. So no rhyme for face. Reminded is some kind of internal rhyme there. And the it isn't over thing is underlining the point of not finding a rhyme to the word face.
So that also we have something that builds tension. Not having a rhyme in that instance is kind of like having a 5/7.
Oh yeah.
It's a dominant chord, but in rhyme form. It's building tension. You want it to resolve, and it does in the chorus.
These are little things that if I don't think of these, I am just clueless when I'm trying to write lyrics. I tried that a couple of times and I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I felt so insecure just because I have no experience, that these little hints, don't be afraid of building up tension and avoiding rhymes, like in this Adele song. Alrighty, I hope this was useful. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell if you like everything that's happening right here. You guys take it easy. See you down there in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you want to add to this, any statements, what you think about Henning's course, etc. You guys take it easy. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye.